If I was a realtor in my 40s, I live in the Chicagoland area. I have a family of four with two healthy kids, a healthy spouse, zero pre-existing conditions on my end. Nobody's taking any medications. We make good money. I am the breadwinner. My wife is a stay-at-home homemaker. We are grossing over $155,000 a year. What kind of health insurance plan would I choose for myself and my family if I had the experience of a 13-year health insurance broker veteran? What would I look for in a health insurance plan? Well, let me see. I'm a realtor. I have showings throughout the Chicagoland area and suburbs on the weekdays, especially on the weekends. I'm going to plug in my zip code, put in the date of birth of my family members, put in my income. Those are the four factors. Actually, there's four factors that's going to dictate how much you're going to pay for your health insurance. Number one is your age, the zip code you live in, your household income, and whether or not you are a smoker. Nobody smokes. We only smoke chicken, pork, and beef, but not tobacco. So we plugged in all these numbers, zip code, 24. I'm going to click continue. The website is Get Covered Illinois. Due to a household of four with 155K gross income, there's no subsidy, no tax credits, no APTC. That stands for Advanced Premium Tax Credit. Out of all these health insurance companies, the most affordable one is going to be $1,190 a month, and that is through a carrier called Oscar. Based on my zip code, I am being offered at least 5 different health insurance carriers. And there are HMOs available, PPOs, and POSs. Ranked from number one to the bottom, PPO is what you'd want. Doctors and hospitals get paid better when they see the words PPO on a medical card. HMO is second place. POS can be third place. POS stands for point of service, not piece of salami, but it is sort of a piece of salami. All right, so out of all these health insurance carriers, if I selected a PPO, since I do a lot of traveling during the weekdays and the weekends, I would want to have access to the very best hospitals in case dog poo-poo happens to me on the road, like a car accident, or I get a heart attack or stroke because I'm an unhealthy 40-year-old. So I'm going to observe something here that... So after I select PPO, I notice that the cheapest health insurance plan is $2,118 a month with a deductible of $17,200. Holy shnikes. $17,200 is the family deductible. When you look at the details of a health plan, you're going to notice that it's an individual deductible of $8,600. That means that you're pretty much responsible for the first $8,600. As long as you're in the network, though, you will get network discounts that can range anywhere from 15 to 45%, depending on where you go. So you're not totally paying retail price tag for all of your medical claims once your $8,600 deductible has been met. But when it comes to annual checkups, which is what I'm going to be concerned about, it's no charge. And that's what I need. Annual preventative for blood work, cholesterol screenings, colonoscopies, rest in peace, James Vanderbeek, Dawson's Creek, annual paps and mammograms for my healthy wife, annual vaccinations for the kids for school. That is a good positive right here, no charge. But what really sucks is if any of my kids who are under the age of 12 need to see a doctor because they got a boo-boo, a flu, or a cold, a primary care doctor is going to charge anywhere from $150 to $300 retail price tag without health insurance. With this particular plan, I'm going to be subject to 50% of it, which sounds attractive. However, it says after the deductible. This part is not good because your deductible is a high-ass $8,600 that you'd have to meet first before 50% is going to be covered by the health insurance company and the other 50% is covered by you. A specialist went to medical school longer, so they're going to charge anywhere from $300 to $800 without health insurance. With this plan, you're paying 50% of it until after you reach your $8,600 deductible. That is pretty crappy for the money that you're paying for. When it comes to testing, Again, I'm a healthy person with healthy family members. I don't see myself getting any like type of CT scans, CAT scans, PET scans, MRIs, MRAs in this calendar year. So I'm not too worried about it. There are other plans that have copays for this sort for advanced imaging. X-rays could be about $100 to $300 depending on where you go. Labs could be about $500 to $2,000 depending on what you get done. I'm responsible for 40% of it after my deductible of $8,600. It's not looking good so far when it comes to the small things in life. And by that, I'm talking about doctor visits, labs, prescriptions. I'm going to be pretty much in the hole for the small claims. But if something catastrophic were to happen to me, like a $1.6 million liver transplant, I should be okay, right? Well, this plan covers mostly the big stuff like accidents and major illnesses, as well as preventative wellness visits. Now, there are 4 different tiers of drugs. There's tier 1, which is for generic. Tier 2 is a preferred brand. Tier 3 is non-preferred brand. And tier 4 is a specialty drug. We're talking Magic Johnson HIV level, $2,000 a pop type of costs. I'm just exaggerating. I really don't know how much his medications cost, but yeah, it's not looking too good, but it's okay because I'm a healthy person with healthy family members. I don't need Manjaro or whatever specialty drug. Outpatient, that means that you're in the hospital in the morning and you're out in the afternoon. Whatever type of lab, facility, surgery that you have to undergo, that's what outpatient means. You pay a $600 copay with your deductible, subject to your deductible, but then you're also responsible for 40% after your deductible has been met. ER visits, that's for life or death matter. And so if you get a heart attack, a stroke, a car accident, and it's like $100,000 worth of medical bills, you want to make sure that you have a large enough network. And this is the largest PPO possible in the individual network. But an ER visit in this day and age can cost around $6,000. How do I know this? I've got a 60-month-old baby boy that has been in the ER at most 4 times life to date. So urgent care scenarios are if you sprained your ankle, twisted it, you got hit in the eyeballs with a pickleball from your partner who happens to be on the same side of the pickleball court as you and you weren't wearing any goggles. That kind of scenario, you'd want to go to the urgent care. Unless your optic stems are gushing out with severe loads of blood, I wouldn't go to the urgent care. I would go to the ER. But I would invest in pickleball goggles. Hospital care. Inpatient means you're in the hospital overnight for whatever surgery you have to undergo. So you're a household of 4 with a healthy wife, but is it overall healthy emotionally? Marital therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $400 per hour, depending on where you go. There are health insurance plans that have like a $25, $75 copay. This one does not. So we are screwed if we need to get marital therapy because we're going to be paying for the first $8,600 deductibles worth. Pregnancy. Should we want more kids? Should you want more kids if you're a household of 4 trying to go on 5? Pregnancy can be anywhere from $15,000 to $30,000 for a healthy delivery, depending on where you go in the Chicagoland area. If there are scenarios where you need more care, that's just going to be north of $30,000. And this is not very strong, but it's okay. You're done with kids. And then other special needs for this particular plan. You're really not going to be too concerned about hospice care or skilled nursing because you're still in your 40s. You got kids under the age of 12. You're not at that chapter in your life just quite yet. That's a different video. Children's vision, no charge. So that's good as long as they're under the age of 12. Children's dental, not covered at all. Dental insurance carriers are in it to win it. That's a separate video. And so you'd want to get dental insurance on top of health insurance if your kids' teeth are jacked up. So that's what I would do if I was a healthy realtor in my 40s. I'm the breadwinner. I would look at the most affordable PPO because I don't need a $3,559 a month PPO even. And the deductible is a $12,000 family deductible, aka $6,000 per person. That is just overkill. But the main thing that you'd want to check first is how many reputable hospitals are in the network. It's all about who's in the network. Don't just go by the premium of the plan. Look at the provider directory. So you click on this, you click yes to proceed. You're going to go to a separate website. You type in the zip code of where you're at. Let's say 60607, somewhere in the Chicagoland area. And you want to look at hospitals. There's all different kinds of hospitals. It's showing 559 providers. You don't want that. You want to be exact. You want to make sure that there's a lot of general acute care hospitals that have emergency rooms in the event of you getting into a heart attack or an accident or a stroke or whatnot. As you can see, out of the 500 or so providers, there are 84 hospitals. That is good. There are so many different networks. Every health insurance carrier offers at least 15 to 20 different networks. Look at how many different networks Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois has to offer to the general public. That is a lot. You want to be very precise when you're shopping for a health insurance plan to make sure that your preferred doctors, specialists, and hospitals are in this network. When it comes to ranking of Blue Cross Blue Shield networks, the Big Daddy Cadillac plan of them all is a Blue PPO. Problem is that it's not available in the individual market. It's only offered by wealthy and loving employers like an Amazon, Apple, or Google. Then there's Blue Edge, Blue Choice Options. Those are all group health insurance network offerings. The individual market only offers the Blue Choice Preferred PPO. Still nationwide, but just a smaller in-state network access of doctors and hospitals. You do not have access to University of Chicago, but you do have access to Northwestern Memorial, North Shore Rush. And if crap happens, you need to go to MD Anderson in Houston, Texas, you can go there too. But the network that has access to the big three, I would say, is going to be the Blue PPO, where you have access to Northwestern Memorial, University of Chicago, Rush, North Shore, and most highly recommended doctors and surgeons in the network. There is no supreme network plan that grants you access to every provider. There are some providers out there that are just celebrity doctors and surgeons. They only accept athletes, or they're on their way out and retiring and they're in their 40th year of business and they just don't want to deal with health insurance companies. So that is what I would do if I was a healthy realtor in my 40s. I do showings on the weekdays, mostly on the weekends. I have a healthy family of 4 with kids under the age of 12. I would choose for the cheapest PPO. There is actually another market besides the Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act, which is what all of these carriers are. They are in the ACA market. And that other market is called the Workers Association Group Health Market. You have to be super healthy. They don't care about your income. This is going to be on a separate video, but premiums and deductibles are going to be at least 50% cheaper than what you're seeing here. But again, you have to be super healthy and qualified prior to application taken. Tune in on the next video on that topic. If you got questions, just send me an email.